Hello everyone, this is Katya. So you know how everybody has their favorite candy, and some of my favorite candies aside from Reese's Pieces and some others are Snickers. So the other day I thought, why not to make a Snickers cake? And yeah, that's a great idea. So today we're gonna make a Snickers cake, and here are the ingredients. For this cake you need 2 eggs, about 1 cup of sugar, about 1 cup of sour cream, 2 cups of flour, 2 tablespoons of cocoa, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and about 4 spoons of butter. And before we start making the batter, make sure to heat up the oven to 350 degrees and prepare your molds. Here's my mold. It's about 7 inches in diameter. Also, for this cake we're gonna need 2 types of cream. And for one of the creams we're gonna need boiled condensed milk. To do this, take a jar of condensed milk, put in a pot with water, heat up, and boil for 2 hours, like I'm doing here. So, let's begin with the batter. First we need to mix eggs with sugar and mix it until the mix becomes light and fluffy, just like this. 2 eggs. Take a mixer and mix. When the mix of sugar and the eggs is ready, we need to add sour cream and mix it well. Just like this. Afterwards, sieve cocoa, flour, and baking powder into our bowl and mix it. So for this we need 2 tablespoons of cocoa, sieve it, then 2 cups of flour and 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Sieve it again. And mix. The last step is to add melted butter into our batter. So here's melted butter. Pour it into the batter and mix it. Our batter is ready. Let's put this aside. And let's take 2 molds. I already covered them with a little bit of olive butter just in case so that the batter doesn't get stuck. And now put equal amount of batter into each mold. Make sure it covers the whole bottom of the mold. Here our molds are ready. And now we need to put them into the oven for 25 minutes. In the meantime, we can start working on the creams. First we're gonna make buttered cream. For this cream we need about 1 cup of sugar, 2 sticks of butter, about 1/4 cup of milk, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, and a teaspoon of vanilla. We're gonna need 2 milk mixes, a hot mix and a cold mix. For the hot mix, put most of the milk into the pot, leaving a little bit in our mug, then add sugar and vanilla. Then Put on the fire until it boils and then let it simmer. In the meantime, make sure to mix it. And mix until the sugar dissolves. Into the remaining cold milk, add 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, mix it, and now add it to our hot mix. Again, mix it and keep it on the fire until the mix gets dense. Our mix is ready. Now let it cool down and then add softened butter and mix it with a mixer. While we're making the mix, our layers got ready. Here they are. Let them cool down as well and then take them out of the mold. Now that our mix cooled down, let's add the butter and mix it together. For the second cream, we're gonna need 2/3 of a cup of boiled condensed milk, more than a cup of peanuts, and 1 stick of butter. Let's do it. First we're gonna mix butter and then add condensed milk. After mixing it well, we need to add peanuts. Mix it. And our cream is ready. Before you put the cream, make sure that the layer is flat by cutting a little bit from the top. Then put cream number 1, then a thick layer of cream number 2, and then cream number 1 again. And then cover it with a second layer. Right? Now that it's ready, let's put it in the fridge to harden, and then we're gonna decorate it. Our base is almost ready, but I have to admit that it doesn't look that pretty, which means let's first clean it up and then decorate. Now that our cake base is ready, we're gonna take the remaining buttercream, add 1 teaspoon of cocoa, mix it and cover our cake base. Let's put this aside first. The very last step is creating flowers on top of cake. For this, we're gonna use the remaining buttercream and a teaspoon of cocoa. Mix it and fill up this thing for flowers. Let's do that. And voila! Here's the cake. Here's the Snickers cake. The flowers didn't really come out as I wanted. They look more like something else, but you know what? That was my very first time making the Snickers cake, and I hope you try to make it at home too. Enjoy! Adios!